So Black Ops 7 Season 1 came out literally 5 days ago, and along with that we had a huge update in Warzone. Well, I say huge update, we had a decent size update in terms of what we can get with it. Obviously we had the new integration of Black Ops 7 with all the weapons, skins, etc. And then there was the brand new Resurgence map, Haven's Hollow. As we're all aware, we're not getting Avalon till spring, which kind of sucks that they're just delaying stuff. But we are expecting a very good year with Warzone, hopefully. So alongside obviously the integration, we knew that there was potentially going to be the chance of open matchmaking coming into the game, which did happen. So open matchmaking did come live once we got Season 1 on December 4. However, it doesn't really feel like we've got it, and there's no proof in the pudding that it's in there at all. So as you guys are aware, in Black Ops 7 you can go onto any game mode and it'll state whether it's minimal skill required or if it's going to be like skill-based matchmaking, and it'll literally state in the modes if you select standard or if you go for core, etc. So you can actually see if there's skill-based matchmaking or not in that Lobbies. There's still skill-based matchmaking in the game, but it's not as strong as we've seen over the last 4 or 5 years. So what does open lobbies mean, first of all? So instead of strict skill-based matchmaking, lobbies will now have skilled considered, only minimal, prioritizing connection for less sweaty, more traditional and battle royale feel. This will apply to all non-casual modes in Warzone as well. So is this true? Is it not? Like I said, we don't know for definite, but as you guys probably would have experienced so far, you're gonna find it very sweaty. Now, some of the reasons why I might find it very sweaty is a lot of the Warzone players did switch to multiplayer to do all the camos and level up the guns, ready for the launch of Season 1. So everybody's got used to the new mechanics on how the game works, how the guns feel, how the movement is. Obviously, as we're aware, on Warzone we don't have the boost jumping around, which I think is kind of dumb that they didn't fetch it in, but I kind of get it at the same time. Now, obviously casuals, you're playing against bots, you're not going to find yourself getting into any of those easier lobbies. But when you do jump onto Resurgence and your standard battle royale, you're going to find that there's not much open matchmaking going on at the minute. So a lot of the sweatier players have come back to the game. So here are the few tips that you guys probably want to be doing. Now, if you do want to pay to win, if you guys do want to pay and get yourself easier lobbies that way, then of course you can purchase a VPN. I don't recommend it. You could get caught. Chances of you getting caught are slim, but you could use a VPN. Now, there's plenty of services out there. I'm not going to promote any of them because I don't use any of them, but there's plenty of services out there where they are solely for gaming to find you better, more fun and enjoyable lobbies. And then there's another paid thing you can do, but it might not be something that'll cost you too much if you already have all the equipment. So there's something called 2-boxing, and if you are new to finding bot lobbies and you've never heard of 2-boxing before, it's as simple as you create a second account on an alternative console, PC, etc. Once you have done that, you then absolutely destroy that account. So you'll play maybe 10-20 games with it, make sure you got the lowest possible KD you can get with it, very low score per minute, and just absolutely destroy that, and then you'll find yourself in easier lobbies by using that to host yourself on your main account into game. If you don't want to do that, then here's some good tips that you should be doing early into the stage of Warzone until the open matchmaking really does properly kick in. So first of all, crossplay is going to be one of the biggest factors in this. I have played with crossplay off maybe for about 2-3 years now. Ever since it came into the game, I pretty much played with it turned off, as there's a lot of cheating that goes on, as we are aware. So when you are playing against PC players, you're going to find yourself playing against a lot of cheaters. Yes, they have tracked down a lot of it now. They have hacked down on a lot of the cheating, but it's still not perfect. So make sure you are playing crossplay. It will find you literally just players on PlayStation, on Xbox, on PC, etc. Sometimes I would have maybe suggest putting console crossplay only on, but a lot of people are manipulating the game and saying that they're on Xbox and they're not. They are playing on PC, and like I said, there's more cheats on PC than you can probably imagine. So I would ideally say turn crossplay off. Now, before I move on to the next tips, guys, just a quick word from one of my partners, Control Freaks. If you want to improve your aim in game, then definitely go check them out. You can use the code Floppy Penguin at checkout or click the link down below to save yourself some money. So as we're all aware, Warzone's just come out, and there's a lot of players in Warzone Season 1 that would have had a full reset. So their levels levels reset, etc., and they don't play multiplayer at all, this is going to work to your advantage massively. So for all these people, if you've got a group of friends that you play Warzone with regular, but you've already leveled up massively on multiplayer, make sure your friends are hosting, because the lower the level, you're going to find yourself in lobbies with lower levels, so you know you're going to find yourself playing against players that are not as experienced in the game, and the new guns and the movement system. People are not going to be set up properly because they've not leveled up enough to have perks, attachments, weapons unlocked. And speaking of low ranked, not just low rank levels, but low rank stats. So if you've got a group of friends, you want to figure out who's got the lowest stats. Now, it's an old method, and it's a method that I've used when playing with friends, dating all the way back to the early Call of Duty stages. So it is something I will highly recommend you guys doing. So whoever is the lowest rank, say one of your friends has got 0.5 KD and rest of you have all got above 1. Yes, it does take an average of the whole team's KD. So if the average of the KD is like a 1.6, you would normally get into a lobby that's with other teams with the same rank. However, with the open matchmaking, because skill is minimally considered and it's mainly focused all around your connection, or supposedly all around your connection, then you want to make sure whoever's got the lowest rank KD out of you and your friends is hosting it. It will make a big difference. It might not make a difference for every single game, because don't forget they haven't removed engagement matchmaking. And if you don't know what that is, basically if you are having 5 or 6 bad games and they can see statistically you're not playing very well, they will put you into a couple of lobbies that are a lot better for you and you'll enjoy a lot more and get your kills, get your streaks if you are multiplayer in terms of Warzone, getting your wins, getting your top 5s, etc. So the engagement matchmaking will still be kicking in, so sometimes it will feel like you are in the skill-based matchmaking, but you're not. You're still in the open matchmaking, but it's the engagement matchmaking that's making that big difference. If they do see you that you're having a lot of fun, every so often they will throw you into a lobby that's gonna be more challenging, which I wouldn't complain too much because you're getting rewarded in a way, but you won't see it as being rewarded. You're finding yourself being unrewarded for playing well and having fun. But technically how Call of Duty and the system works is they think you're getting better, so they want to test your abilities. They think you're a better player and you should be playing at a higher level and a higher bracket. But there are just a few tips, guys. Like I say, you do need to make sure you are considering that it's not always skill-based matchmaking. There's the engagement matchmaking in it as well. But if you have enjoyed today's video, guys, drop a like. Let me know what prestige you are currently in Call of Duty Black Ops 7/Warzone. And don't forget to check out G Fuel as well if you want to stay energized whilst playing these games, especially with the double XP weekend rolling around the corner once again for some strange reason. Go check them out. Use the code FP at checkout and get yourself cheeky 20% off. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and as always, I'll catch you on the next video.